Before blood tests, you must never do these 5 things. Most heart specialists warn seniors. Imagine getting blood test results back that show a problem with your health, causing weeks of unnecessary worry, only to find out it was all a false alarm. For many older adults, a simple, everyday mistake before a blood test can quietly sabotage their results, making them look worse than they really are. On Happy Life Secrets, we believe in protecting your peace of mind. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 things you should never do before a blood test if you want to get the clearest, truest picture of your health. This isn't about making your results look perfect. It's about giving your doctor the most accurate information so you can make the best choices for your well-being. Stay with me until the very end because the last one is a mistake almost no one talks about, yet it can have one of the biggest impacts on your results. #1. The morning coffee or tea mistake. You might not think twice about your usual cup of morning coffee or tea before a blood test. But both contain caffeine and natural compounds that can temporarily alter your body chemistry. They can raise your blood pressure, speed up your heart rate, and even affect your blood sugar and cholesterol readings. I knew a man named Robert who had his usual cup of strong coffee before a routine heart checkup. When his results came back, his blood sugar and heart rate were higher than expected, leading to weeks of anxious worry and unnecessary follow-up tests. When they repeated the blood work without the coffee, everything was normal. Remember, if your test requires fasting, the instructions to have nothing but water are not suggestions. They're there for a reason. 2. Taking your morning meds without guidance. Many seniors have a routine of taking their prescribed pills first thing in the morning. But before a blood test, taking your medication without asking your doctor can lead to misleading results. Certain drugs, including common heart medications, diuretics, or even supplements, can temporarily alter your electrolyte balance and other important markers. I met a woman named Carol, 78, who took her diuretic before a fasting blood test. Her results came back with alarmingly low potassium levels, and her kidney function looked worse than it really was. Once her doctor realized the timing of the medication, they redid the test under the right conditions, and her numbers were fine. Always ask your doctor or pharmacist in advance about which medications to take and which to hold until after the blood draw. #3. Eating any breakfast before a fasting test. The word fasting means no food at all, not even a small meal. Eating a heavy breakfast or even just toast and juice can throw off your results for glucose, cholesterol, and triglycerides, which are key indicators of your risk for heart disease and diabetes. I recall a gentleman named Frank who had a couple of slices of toast with jam and a glass of orange juice before his lab work. His triglycerides were almost double the normal range, and his blood sugar was high. His doctor was ready to put him on medication until Frank admitted he had eaten breakfast. When they repeated the test under true fasting conditions, his numbers were significantly better. A few hours of skipping breakfast can prevent months of unnecessary worry. #4. Engaging in strenuous exercise. You might think a morning workout will show your doctor how active you are, but intense exercise right before a blood draw can distort the results. Strenuous activity releases enzymes and byproducts into the bloodstream, which can be mistaken for signs of heart or muscle damage. It can also temporarily alter your blood sugar and electrolyte balance. I once spoke with a woman named Louise, 68, who went for her usual 2-mile power walk before her blood test. Her results came back with her potassium levels slightly elevated, causing a week of anxiety for her and concern for her doctor. Once she shared that she had exercised that morning, it became clear her results were skewed. If you have a blood test scheduled, it's best to skip your usual workout and stick to light movements like gentle stretching. #5. The unspoken secret. Drinking alcohol the night before. This is a habit almost no one talks about, yet it can have one of the biggest impacts on your test results. A single glass of wine or beer with dinner might feel harmless, but alcohol can affect your liver enzymes, triglycerides, and blood sugar for hours. A sudden spike in liver enzymes, for example, might make your doctor suspect an underlying liver problem when it is simply your body processing alcohol from the night before. I knew a gentleman named Harold who had a couple of beers at a family gathering the night before a routine blood panel. His liver enzyme levels doubled compared to his last test, causing weeks of stress and a recommendation for further imaging. When he had a follow-up test after avoiding alcohol, everything returned to normal. To ensure an accurate reading, it's safest to skip alcohol for at least 24 hours beforehand. Final thoughts. The older we get, the more important it becomes to protect our health by making thoughtful choices, especially before a blood test. These tests are snapshots of your body's function. Small precautions like avoiding certain foods or habits beforehand can save you from false alarms, unnecessary procedures, and a lot of needless worry. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you.